What would you do if you won the jackpot? I know you mentioned maybe a house, maybe a nice house somewhere.
Somewhere in Europe, maybe.
All right, there we go. Ely, what about you?
I would love to have a trip to Tulum. I love it over there. It's so gorgeous. And you?
Can't go wrong with a nice vacation. I'm right with you there. Well, let's check out our weather forecast. What can we expect for today going into this week as well?
Today is going to be a beautiful day today because yesterday we had a lot of activity, but what that means usually the next day there is more stability in the air. With sadly, we're not going to get a lot of rain because we're getting a dry pattern coming through. So let's take a look across the region, especially if you're going to be heading outside to do some outdoor activities, maybe walk your dog. It's 8:12 and as you can see, 68 degrees in El Paso, 73 in Tucson, 84 in Phoenix, and 52 in Flagstaff. So overall, it's always going to be slightly cooler in the morning as other areas like Lubbock is at 66. So overall, again, it's going to be a little bit cooler and the humidity is quite high. So it's going to make you feel a little bit chillier. But in the evening, it's going to get a little bit warmer. Now, let's take a look at the Doppler radar and what's happening at the moment. So as you can see, there is not a lot of activity going on. Maybe some rains around Alamogordo, but nothing too much to worry about. That is until in the evening. There's going to be most of the rain is going to be in the mountains, especially to the east side. But as you can see here with the water vapor. Now, the moisture is going to be stepping out for a bit. As you see, it's mostly heading to Mexico, but we are going to be getting that dry pattern. So any of that copper color is going to come through to the east. It's going to be affecting areas such as Silver City and El Paso, but the monsoonal moisture is going to be heading to most of the side of the east. So unfortunately, we're not going to be getting some rains for this whole week. But let's take a look at the future track clouds and precipitation. There's going to be some scattered storms, especially around Guadalupe Pass and some areas of Valentine for today, but there's mostly going to be a clearing, especially for Monday all the way up to 5 p.m. Again, most of the rains are going to be to our east. Most of them are going to be in the mountains, and there's little to no chance it's going to come down to the lowlands. And on Tuesday around 3 p.m. it's going to start getting a little bit more warmer, but there's still going to be those scattered storms. Again, most of them going to be to the north and the east of us, the northeast. But we're not going to be seeing any more of that, at least for now. But as you can see, with the 12-hour gusts, we're not going to be hitting the 10s, so it's going to be light and breezy. So again, perfect time for you to step outside and do some outdoor activities. Maybe go and play some tennis, football, anything you like. And for today's 20% chance of rainfall, again, mostly in the mountains. The temperatures are going to be quite nice from mid to low 90s, as well as Las Cruces. As you can see, it's going to be nice temperatures and chances of rainfalls throughout the week, and it's going to be overall a beautiful week. Now back to you guys.